Welcome to Marvel Champions Podcast. It's a podcast about Marvel Champions, the card game. I'm your host, Scott, and with me, as always, my co-host, Ryan.
Well, hello, Scott. I think it's time to do some Marvel Champions discussions.
That's right. We got another article. We're a little bit late on this, but we've had some technical difficulties.
We were on time until technology messed us up, so we're trying.
Yeah,
okay.
so sorry about that, everybody. So if you're listening, thanks for checking in on us, and let's get right into it. Some androids or synthezoids and Smackdown.
The Smack. Yeah, we got the new, what would you call it, like expansion? I don't know what you'd call these.
It's a scenario.
Expansion.
Yep.
Expansion. There you go. To Civil War. Synthezoid Smackdown. So we're getting a classic She-Hulk and a classic Vision straight from the hero world.
Yep. Just versus. Got that HVH going on. So they start out with She-Hulk. She's the first leader they talk about. She is, I assume, really beefy strong. I mean, it's She-Hulk to attack. I think the big thing is you set up, she gets a copy of her superhuman strength. We will talk about that in a second. But I do like her force response, that after an alter ego changes to hero form, you take damage. I like that kind of homage to the hero card.
Yep, agreed. I think they did pretty good with trying to incorporate how She-Hulk worked into the leader form.
Yep. I assume she gets even beefier in her 2 and 3 form.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
then of course the superhuman strength, which when it first came out, the hero version, it was good, and then they did some rules adjusting and it became a little bit better, but it is not the same in this version, because this version does give her +2 attack, which I believe that was in the original, gave her +2, but then this one, just when she attacks, it gains overkill and then you discard it, where the hero version, you, I believe, stun the person you're attacking. So still very similar, and even uses the same art. So cool.
I like the boost card, the boost ability better than just the card. Because if it's adding overkill, if it's just there, you know it's coming. So I like that the boost can potentially ruin your plan. If you're chump blocking and then this is the boost card, then it's gaining overkill.
Yeah, and that +2, so that would be bad. Thankfully, she starts off with at least one of them. I'm guessing there's probably a second one to match the hero. That'd be my guess.
And I got a question for you, Ryan. So if you reveal it, it gets attached to her, then it gets discarded right away. It's a boost.
Let's see. It says force interrupt when She-Hulk attacks. So does that interrupt happen before the drawing of a boost card?
No, because this is the boost card.
I know, but
and she's already initiated an attack.
If it was already attached, if it was already attached on a normal attack, does it trigger before the boost is revealed?
I don't know. So argue about that in the comments. Let us know.
Because in that case, the boost might miss, but in other cases, it might hit. I think it's more damage. If you don't know, then I guess you're going to play the...
That's the thing. If it doesn't interrupt, then you would get 2 rounds of this, because her current attack that's already initiated would get the +2 and overkill. And then if you're saying it would need to fully resolve on the next turn before it gets discarded.
Well, I'm not saying it does too. If you're doing the force interrupt, it's getting discarded. You have to.
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Is this the force? Are you saying the force interrupt starts or initiates as part of her initiating an attack, and then it interrupts?
That's where I'm trying to figure out timing, because if the force interrupt triggers when, I guess
she initiates an attack. Right?
It would say initiate, but this one doesn't say initiate. It says when She-Hulk attacks. So that almost feels like it kind of means the whole thing.
So she would get 2 rounds of this if it was the boost card.
I don't think so.
Or would it only get the +2 and not the overkill?
I think it'd get
window
both.
Of interrupting. Well, you can't have it both ways, Ryan.
Well, what I'm saying is, when I say both, I'm meaning the +2 and the overkill, not getting it twice. This is the
Okay.
order of operations. I'm sure the listeners are loving this right here. The order of operations that I see is for She-Hulk attacks. That activates the Force Interrupt. She's attacking, which means this attack is getting overkill. She already has the +2 because that's static. And then after this card, or discard it after that attack, that you're activating that overkill.
Right. So you'd only get it one time. It would only be, if it was
Correct.
a boost, it would fall off right after the attack.
Exactly. It would be like a quick one shot and you're like, oh, snap, that hurt.
Yeah, right.
That would be my guess of what they were intending. Now, whether the rules read it that way, who knows? Do what you will. Grim roll.
So I'm only playing it once. Okay. Thwart version, or scheme version technically. Stalwart, and after she schemes, she discards it. So it's forcing you to go into alter ego and let her scheme to get rid of this.
Yep. Cool. So she's got a lot of like copy versions of her events. So here's like the 1-2 punch, and it's gonna have an alter ego option, a hero option. It's basically the standard card, whatever that one is. It's the one with Venom on it. Do you remember what that name is?
It's the attack one, but yeah.
The attack one, whatever. It gives you options, except for hers are a little worse because she gets a tough status card either way.
Yeah, I think the tough's the biggest thing there. You want to keep her beefy, bring some piercing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gamma Slam.
Yeah.
Go ahead if you got thoughts.
I would say this one, I feel like, is definitely different than the hero card.
Yeah, because the hero card is the health you've gotten rid of. That's how much you take. I guess it couldn't translate that well into a villain leader, right? But this one makes you discard the highest cost ally or support you control. Place start on the main scheme equal to that cost. If no throw is placed, this card gains surge. So it's kind of disappointing because you figure you'd want like a big beefy attack. It's Gamma Slam, but this is almost like her like scheme card.
Yeah, I feel like maybe this should have been, instead of place threat on the main scheme, just deal damage to a character.
Or like indirect or something, yeah.
Indirect, yeah. Because, I mean, you're looking... I think its goal, obviously, is to try to get a 3R, which I think is a pretty hefty damage. Yeah. But it does have that 3 boost, so it's kind of contributing that.
Yeah. All right.
Legal practice. The card's not great for the hero, but the side scheme looks good.
Yeah. Threat cannot be removed. Yeah. I was just going to say, that's kind of interesting. Threat cannot be removed from the scheme by heroes or allies, so it's kind of forcing you to go to court.
Yeah, I think it's a good side scheme. I think it's going to work well for her like setup that she's got going.
I think I pointed this out in the last time we recorded this episode, but it has 3 per player, so if you're playing anything greater than a single player game, it will take multiple people flipping down, because it's a response of the flip, of the form change, in order to exhaust and remove the threat. So you're either going to have to deal with it for multiple rounds, going back up and back down. So it's not even like just 2 rounds, it's multiple rounds. It's 3, because you got to go down, up, and down.
Oh yeah, it's brutal. I think the designers are getting back at all the players that have complained about legal practice, that card as a hero, me included, because this is brutal.
It's good though. I like how it equates to the villain leader. That's a good little mechanic there. I like that one.
Thankfully, it's just 1 acceleration token, but I think that's kind of the whole idea is, oh, it's not that bad, but in reality, it's kind of like, if you leave this out, it's going to mess with you.
Technically, it's an icon, Ryan, not a token, but
What, did I
I'll
say
let it
token?
slide. You did.
Here, listen.
Just
I
making
play
sure
with tokens.
our listeners that are new to the game, make sure they, we're legit.
Oh my gosh. If they're
These
listening,
chumps.
they know we're legit.
Alright, she is part of the registration side. So if you don't like the other main schemes of registration, just throw this one in. Let's see. Enforce the law. If there are more than 1 player in your team, the stage gains hinder 2 per player. The enemy leader gains steady. So this is your steady scheme. First roll of 7. If it's completed, you don't lose the game. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Adding steady automatically to one of those leaders, if you mix and match, that's pretty good.
Yep. Can't rely on those status cards as much.
Yeah. And then the follow-up, Mighty Avengers, the 2B. Let's see, it's a 9 threat. While the enemy leader is attacking, it gets +1 attack, or +2 instead if the attack is undefended, which I feel like we've seen that kind of ability before, so nothing new. This one I feel like a little more straightforward than the previous one.
Yeah. Got some heavy hitters on that art there. Is this Wonder Man confirmed as one of the heroes in Century?
It's got to be. Yep. We haven't had any.
You heard it here first, everybody.
We did it. Yeah, I mean, we haven't had a Wonder Man since the very beginning as an ally, and then Century came pretty quick as a Grecian ally, I believe. So.
Yep. Old Bob. All right. Looks like we get a Thunderbolt encounter set. So he's just big. Yeah.
Yeah, he's I guess the hitter, the stunner of the group. I feel like these cards are just similar to other encounter sets we've seen, but it's just in the versus kind of version.
It looks like it's more impactful when you're playing hero versus hero, because it's stunning your leader. If you're playing just a normal game, you get stunned.
Yeah.
And then we've got the confused version with Songbird.
Nice. Penance.
So my trivia question last time, Ryan, I'm going to see if you remember on who Penance was before he became Penance.
I think last time I said Nitro, but it's not Nitro.
No,
you
Nitro's
said
the bad guy that blew it up. Yeah.
Yeah. It was Speedball.
Good job, Ryan.
I remember.
People, he's not this smart, okay? He's had this test before.
Yes, I'm not smart. Or am I?
Let's see.
Yeah,
he deals damage to your leader. Yeah, or you take damage. So
I think that's a solid.
Yeah, I like the interactions that these bring to the whole leader and the player versus player. So we'll see how that works.
Yeah, I think so far out of all of these Thunderbolts, I like how their health is at 4. If they were at 5, I feel like 5 is like that threshold between like a minion you can handle, and then you give them that 1 extra health to 5, and it's like, yeah, these are insane. For some reason, 1 health like makes that change.
So how do you feel about some of these newer? I feel like we're very minion heavy right now on like mechanics. So if you get one that's like, go grab a minion and put it into play, these cards kind of get nullified because they're not revealed. They're just put into play.
Well, I see what you're saying. I mean, they're still decent minions.
Yeah, it's just a thought.
Taskmaster, he's coming in as a encounter set. This Taskmaster appears to be simple. He's only 1 scheme, 1 attack. He's got 6 health, but he comes with a bunch of other goodies. He's got Retaliate 1, Toughness, Villainous, and when he's revealed, he activates. So it's basically Quick Strike.
Yeah,
except
but I
for
like that if you're an alter ego, right? It actually has some bearing on everything if you're in alter ego. Normally, Quick Strike just whiffs. This, he's going to activate and put some scheme on or thread on the scheme. So.
Yeah. So it's good. I like Taskmaster. He's got some fun things. Of course, he comes with a side scheme, and it's going to be giving some tough status cards and boost cards to some people once it's defeated. So it's trying to make your life miserable. I like it.
Yep, good. All right, Mr. Vision. Let's see. He's got a mass form attachment that you go get, and after resolving step 1 of the villain phase, you are going to flip his mass form every single villain phase. So he's always going to be flipping. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think that matches what his hero's doing, so I think it makes sense. But I feel like it's a little more devastating in the leader version to the players, at least.
Yeah. Well, when he's dense, he gets +1 attack, and that's it.
That's straightforward. It's the intangible form that's a little tougher. He gets a +1 scheme, but he does get a force interrupt. When he would take any amount of damage, reduce that amount by 1. And that doesn't seem like a lot, but it ends up being a lot in this game.
Yeah. You got to really save those 1 damage like allies and things for when he's dense, because they're just worthless.
Yeah.
Cool. I like it. It'll definitely slow you down.
Yeah. Well, and he's constantly flipping too, so not only is his hero causing things to flip, or not hero, sorry, his leader abilities causing things to flip. His other cards that we're going to be looking at is going to be constantly flipping, so you can't, it's hard, you can kind of anticipate which form he's going to be in, but it's always going to switch extra for you, and I can see that being very annoying in a good way at times.
Yeah, kind of always ruining your plans.
Yeah.
So his solo gem gives him stalwart, and then like you said, after you make a basic attack, you got to spend those resources there, and then discard, and then you flip his mass form. So
Yep. Constantly
plus one
flipping.
scheme. Yep.
He's got his cape, just like the hero form. This one gives him retaliate, and similar to his gem, you can spend some resources after a basic attack and to get rid of it, and it changes mass form. So not bad, and it's not something you want to keep on him. You want to get it off.
So moral of the story is bring Magneto or Sunfire or Kitty Pryde. So
yeah. Oh,
or
because
technically Vision.
Or Vision, if you want
to
break the rules.
Right?
You want to break the rules. You would be a rebel. You want to be on the resistance. All right, you can.
So yeah, cool.
Yeah, like it.
Yeah. Let's see. Mass increase. This is when a character attacks Vision while his dense attachment is in play. Prevent all that damage and stun the attacking character.
Ouch.
So this is interesting because we just said, hey, you need to wait till he's dense to attack him. This kind of like prevents that. Go.
You think you got him, and then all of a sudden he gets you.
Turns into a giant bus.
I know. I think it's important to note that so far everything has been something that attaches to him. So
yeah.
There are a lot of attachments for Vision.
Speaking of attachments, here's a treachery, Ryan.
Ooh, that guy's dead.
He's dead. I think we made the joke last time. He was like 1 week away from his AIM pension kicking in.
His AIM pension,
retirement.
Yes.
And
for listeners, dead. We're looking at the art, and it's Vision sticking his hand through his arm. Okay, arm through an AIM soldier, and that guy's definitely dead. Yeah. And I love how Vision, like, coldly on the flavor text, target neutralized. Like, yeah, he's dead. He's not getting up. He put a hole in his chest.
He had a family, okay?
He had a family. A phase disruption. It's a treachery. The enemy team exhausts and upgrade you control. If the intangible attachment is in play, discard that upgrade instead. If the dense attachment is in play, flip that attachment. So, question.
Yes.
So the enemy team exhausts and upgrade you control. Because you're revealing it, then the other team, it gets to decide to make your life miserable. Makes sense because it's versus. And if he's an intangible, you discard it. Okay, we're all on the same page.
Yep.
If he's in dense form, though, it says flip that attachment. So you flip it. Does it just stay there?
So when it says flip the dense, or if the dense attachment is in play, flip that attachment. That is referencing his dense form, attachment.
I just want to make sure because I'm trying to think like, why would you flip yours and it just doesn't sit? That it just didn't make sense. I was assuming it was that. I just wanted to be clear. Okay, people got questions.
See, this is where like you get a little fuzzy on playing it as a true scenario versus a versus scenario because it's like they didn't factor in the first part interacting with the second part. Because if you read it the way it is, the enemy team exhausts and upgrade you control. Okay, so if there is no enemy team, that first sentence does nothing, right? And then it says, if the intangible attachment is in play, discard that upgrade instead. There's no enemy to choose which upgrade. And I get you just kind of boil it down to real easy. You pick one yourself to discard. But it just sounds weird.
Yeah, because it seems like a lot of the other ones, the wording is anticipating that and has like something in there to to adjust for that. But this one doesn't really have that. So I'm not
It's
sure
the
if...
picking part that's weird.
Yeah, does it just whiff? I feel like you're considered, if you're playing this just you and me versus on the same team versus this scenario.
A standard scenario, right?
Yeah. I guess we would have to pick one ourselves?
Right.
And just be like,
Do I pick mine? Do I pick yours? Is it the person that reveals the card? Is whoever's their encounter card? You know what I mean? Like,
because there's
this
no
one
enemy
kind of
team.
leaves that right.
So you can either grim roll it and do that, or you can be like, whiffs.
Yeah. So far, this has been the biggest, like, I don't think this card really, like, works in a normal game as well as they think it's supposed to.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll get some clarification down the road.
Sure. I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying this one's been the most confusing.
Probably because it's from the perspective of that aim soldier, and he just has a freaking arm through him, all right? So he's probably slurring words a little bit. All right. Density control. It's a superpower. That doesn't matter in this circumstance, but it gains surge, and you attach it to vision. Another attachment. Force interrupt when vision activates. If this activation is a scheme, you flip to his intangible side. If it's an attack, you're going to flip to his dense side. He's trying to get those boosts from those upgrades. Then if Vision's mass form attachment flipped, you discard it.
This card's going to take some planning because you've got to make sure his attachment is on the right side and you flip to the correct one to force it to flip based off of this card. And also factoring in the step 2 interrupt of the villain phase because it has to flip in order to discard.
Yeah. So basically what we're saying is it says when vision activates, if this activation is a scheme, if you are in dense form, it's going to flip, and then this card gets discarded. But
so watch,
if you
this
are
is the scenario.
already in intangible, then it doesn't flip. That means it doesn't get discarded.
Right. So if you mess up and he's currently in dense, and then you decide, hey, I'm going to flip down to alter ego to force him to scheme. But then step 2 of the villain phase occurs, which his card states flip his mass form. It's going to flip to intangible, and then he's going to scheme. And it's already in intangible, so it's not going to flip, so this card never discards until you meet that. So you've really got to, like, plan it out.
It's really weird, but there's really no, like, extra bad stuff with it other than it's just trying to get that extra 1 from the forms.
Correct.
So, I mean, it really isn't that bad, but, I mean, it's never great to have it. I will say I do like a lot of his, well, and She-Hulk's, a lot of the upgrades have been, when this happens, discard the card and not hero actions.
Pay all these resources.
Yeah, I like the variety. It's not fun if they're all hero actions, interrupts, spend your resources, get rid of them. I think it's nice to have different versions.
I like that too because they actually have effect in the game. Because how many times it's like you revealed this really bad attachment as your encounter card. Now it's the hero's turn. We just get rid of it and it never does anything.
Yep, agreed.
Right. Resistance. Let's see. If there's more than one player on your team, this gains hinder 2. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, each player discards the top 3 cards of their deck. It's a lot going on after step 1 of the villain phase if you're playing against Vision.
Yeah, it's a lot to work with on this one. But, I mean, at this point, hopefully we're experienced. But I will say I like the art of the last one. I like the Spidey Man getting dressed. I like that.
Gotta protect that secret identity, right?
That's right.
Expose overreach.
Uh-huh.
Allies interplay exhausted. That stinks. And then
that is rough.
Normal, if it completes, you lose. So.
I like how simple that is. Allies interplay exhausted. That's not great, but there's nothing more. So if you're not playing a heavy ally deck, cool. If you're playing a heavy ally deck, it may impact you pretty good. Like for us, we don't play tons of allies, and so it's not that bad. But I know for other players, it definitely is going to be a problem.
So what you're saying is if you really rely on Nick Fury and Professor X, this can impact you.
Yeah, I mean, leadership decks specifically, or
Sure.
heroes that like to recur allies, like your X-23, it might cause a problem a little bit. At least put some delays on you. But the most important thing about this is Daredevil. Daredevil confirmed in the art.
Confirmed.
It's real. It's real. It's happening
he's
right
one
now.
of the he's one of the heroes. You're right.
He's got to be. He's got to be. Make it happen.
All right. This encounter set is the Young Avengers. Let's see. Hinder 1. The first minion revealed each round gains Surge.
Oh man, that's rough.
And all the minions for this set are a bunch of Young Avengers.
You got yourself Hawkeye, Kate Bishop version. She's got piercing and range, and she discards an upgrade you control when revealed. That's man, that's terrible. I hate that.
That's terrible. That's like worse than a cutoff guard, because it's like you got to deal with this and then deal with the minion also.
I know.
Double
And
whammy.
her stat line's pretty solid, so I mean the health's only 3, so it's not too bad. Patriot, he's coming in with toughness, and he gives the enemy leader a tough status card as well. So he's not doing good things for you.
Just using that shield to tough everybody up.
Yep, I like it.
Moon Knight. Moon Knight confirmed.
Moon Knight confirmed.
He's one of the heroes.
That's what it is. It's happened.
He has Retaliate too. And Toughness. And he's tough. Let's see. When revealed, resolve the when revealed ability on the topmost treachery in the encounter discard pile.
Whew.
Whew, he's rough.
That's rough. I like it. I like the ability. I'm not going to like it when it happens on me.
So when you're creating your villain deck for the opposing enemy team, are you going to always include this Moon Knight encounter set?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, now that Hero vs. Hero is coming out, there's a potential that we might start seeing like banned cards coming into play.
Okay.
They do it in all like competitive games like Magic and Pokemon and stuff. It's coming. HVH ban cards. It's coming.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Yeah, Moon Knight.
Yeah, he's got some treacheries. He's got one that exhausts your identity and deals 2 damage to it. Ouch.
That's
Not
not
fun.
fun.
I hate the exhaust identity ones. It's rough, especially because it's treachery, and you're like, I stayed up, or sorry, I didn't defend, so that I could stay up and do something. So I took extra damage, and now this comes in and just ruined your life.
Yep, the Fist of Khonshu. Fun times. All right, these are the good cards you get as you progress along the player versus player standard set. She-Hulk Smash.
Yeah, She-Hulk Smash. It's a 2-cost event. Wild resource. Action. Your She-Hulk leader attacks the enemy leader. If you spend a physical resource to pay for this event, stun that enemy. Not bad. I like it. I like the interactions with this.
My only concern here is like a lot of those cards we looked at so far today add stalwart to a lot of these leaders, so it's like half this card's kind of useless.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, tomatoes.
Yeah, well, we'll see, I guess. I like the interaction though. Your leader attacks their leader. Hopefully She-Hulk's, stacked some superhuman strengths and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but if she's not smashing, she's counseling. Some legal counsel. A hero response, so you do have to be in hero form. After you spend this resource, move 1 threat from the main scheme to your leader's main scheme. Pretty cool.
Did you mention it's a double wild?
I did not. Double wild.
That's probably important. People are like, oh, that's okay. It's a double wild, so it's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Visions time. He's got calculated risk. It's a wild resource 2-cost event. Action: search the top 5 cards of the leader's encounter deck for an encounter card and deal it to the first player of that enemy team as a face-down encounter card. Ouch.
I like that interaction.
That can lead to some nasty interactions. And if you're playing with nasty boys, a nasty interaction.
It's the ability to like potentially give somebody Shadow of the Past. That's gonna be hilarious.
I mean, what's one of the most frustrating things of playing true solo? Advance is exactly what's gonna happen. Advance.
Well, I guess you could do like solo versus solo. So I mean, you really could mess somebody over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a stronger card than She-Hulk's attack one.
Yep. All right. Phased out. It's an event, 0 cost. Vision's putting his hand into a giant machine there. Choose an attachment on your enemy leader with the text hero response or hero interrupt and discard it. So, just like his hero. That's it. Yeah, I have the same sentiments. I think these are going to be kind of some better interactions than the other ones. I guess we'll see. This one comes out in November. The other like kind of uproar when it first was announced was they're changing up the packaging. It's now going to be like just cardboard box.
Is that really an uproar? Like, are people really freaking out?
Who knows?
Who knows?
All I know is we're saving some plastic trees. What's that?
Oh,
yes.
End of year awards, we might add that. The changing of the
It's
packaging.
possible. Well, luckily this comes out in November, so hopefully people will get it, and then we can put it on there to talk about at the end of the year episode.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Sneaking up on us, Ryan.
I don't know. People better get excited for it because it's going to be a doozy of a year. We've got a lot of releases this year.
Gonna be epic.
Epic.
All right.
Nice.
Any final words?
Nope. I think it's good. I'm excited. Sorry for getting this out late, people. Most of you probably have read that article a couple times. I technically have not read the article all the way through. I've looked at pictures.
Ryan likes picture books, okay?
I do. Everyone loves it. Literally, we're talking about comics and they're picture books. I mean, here we go. So, yes, I love picture books. I'm not afraid of that.
Yeah, I like more leaders, so, you know, in a sense, this kind of feels a little Deadpoolish, right? I mean, it's very niche, so once these are done, they're done. They're probably never going to go back to this, beefing this up in a counter set to use towards player versus player. What was the other thing I was going to say? I do like that it adds more combinations, right? If you don't like the main schemes that came in the box, you've got a couple of new ones to kind of play around with. So the mixing and matching of all these encounter sets and everything can extend the life of that player versus player.
Yeah, I agree. My big concern, and I brought it up in our Civil War discussion, is how good are these as actual scenarios and not HVH. So hopefully we'll see. Good news.
We shall see. The box was delayed, so we'll see next month.
Ooh, yeah, that's awkward. Oh boy.
I just saw like a video of like all these shipping containers falling off of a boat. I was like, oh great, there's Marvel Champions just falling into the ocean.
Namor confirm? Is that what's happening right now?
Could be one of those encounter sets. So
we need him to help get those containers back.
Call those dolphins and giant whales and octopi and let's clean up the ocean. All right.
This just turned into like a public announcement.
That's right. PSA.
Clean the ocean.
Cut up your, can plastic rings. Okay, save the environment. Captain Planet, all that stuff.
Oh, Captain Planet, and insert Captain Planet theme song here.
Planet, Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero. He's our powers magnified, and he's fighting on the planet side. Captain Planet.
So tell us which leader you are most excited about down in the comments. Whether it's one of these two or one from the Civil War box, let us know. Write into us, and we'll try and talk about it. And let's see, write in marvelchampions pod@gmail.com, Facebook comments, whatever. And thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate everybody. We've had some good feedback on YouTube and everything. And if you're out there listening on the podcasts, you're awesome. Thanks for being with us. And if you want to go from a chump to a champ, listen to the Marvel Champion podcast. See you.
Join the resistance. Or don't. Or register. Yeah,
Just
whatever
register,
you want to do.
okay?
It's all